Hello and welcome back to Sky Factory 4, the game with the highest sugarcane in the world. I don't even know how tall that is, but it's very, very tall. Anyway, yes, we're back for another episode, and I have done a lot of work outside of the last video. We've made no significant progression. We're saving that for the videos, but we have had a live stream, and I've ticked off even more advancements. Look at all of these things that have been advanced. Jeez, I don't think there's anything else in there that we didn't have before, really, did we? But we have been very, very busy getting this area completely 100% automated now. So our bonsai trees, 100% every single type of tree that we can get at this particular moment in time without going to the Twilight Forest is now in here, being grown, and all of the items are automatically being generated in the system below and pumped up here. So you can see we're making netherrack, quartz. Over here we've got osmium, we've got diamond, we've got cobalt, we got the lot. And that all looks a little bit like this. And it's not a bad, untidy system. It's quite nice, it's quite tidy. We've got our different types of logs and leaves and things. But we do have a problem. And it's a significant problem. And the problem is that the entire system keeps locking up and backing up, even though we've got this like spare chest here, because we've got too much stuff. We really need void upgrades on all these drawers. Can you see the ones with this little icon here? Kind of looks like a cow with a halo on. Those are the drawers with void upgrades on because they've all filled up. But more and more of these drawers are filling up as more and more things are being produced, which makes the system back up more and more. And the void upgrades are very expensive. Excuse me one moment while I dump a load of diamond resin onto the floor so that the system can re-engage. But yeah, as I say, the void upgrades are very expensive because they require obsidian. If we use our fancy crafting majigger now, you will see that the void upgrade that we need requires obsidian, 2 chests, and a fancy item frame that just happens to use more obsidian. And obsidian, sadly, is one of those things that we're not yet farming. But it is farmable on Sky Factory 4. Popping my head outside and walking around the corner to where our furnace system is, or our, the combustion system, basically energy store, we've got this monstrosity, which is something I've thrown together quickly just to demonstrate what we're going to be creating today. This is a obsidian generator. As you can see, we've got a piece of obsidian there. There's a few in the chest, and all it is very simple. This is probably one of the cheapest, simplest designs that you can get. So we got water here with an unlimited water source. We got a fluid extraction cable, and here we have a fluid placer which has no interface. All it needs is a redstone signal to turn it on. Over here we've got a block miner, again no interface other than turning it off and on again. And if we turn that water thing off, when the block miner has finished mining that piece of obsidian, you will see underneath the obsidian is a lava block. Basically it is a block that contains lava, and when the water from the water placer or the fluid placer gets poured on there, it turns into obsidian, and then the block miner mines it, and then there's just a hopper down here that pops it into a chest. So farming obsidian is actually really easy, but we don't want this horrible, nasty looking setup here. We want it to look nice. And to be honest with you, this is where more furnaces are going to be going, so we definitely don't want it here. But we do need it urgently, so we're going to build it fast. So I guess the first thing we need to do is grab as much obsidian as possible, make void upgrades for the things we know are overflowing, and put them on anything that is at full capacity, like the mineral leaves and the cocoa beans. And, well, Sticks has already got it, but you get the picture. Now we can expand how much storage these have in. You can see this will actually contain up to 1024 stacks of wood, whereas these ones are limited to 64. I don't think, unless it's something really precious, we really need more than 64 stacks of anything. So I'm not going to bother putting in storage upgrades in terms of capacity on many of these things. Maybe like the diamonds and the osmium and the cobalt, so we've always got plenty of those. But for the most part, we're just going to be slapping on these void upgrades so that we'll get to 64, and then the rest will just get put in the bin. There you go, my friend. Oh, look, and the this one as well. There you go. Oh, jeez. So many things. We need these on all of them, to be honest with you. As I start building the foundations for this obsidian generator, I have just been thinking about mega torches. If you've ever played modded before, you'll know what a mega torch is. A mega torch is basically a torch you put in your base and it stops mob spawning, and that might be a good idea. In my live stream we had yesterday, we actually had a creeper go off behind me during the day and blow up quite a lot of our trees in here, which meant I had to do quite a lot of rebuilding, and I don't really want that happening when we've got all of this electronic gear going on downstairs. The only problem is the mega torch needs prismarine, and prismarine is not easy to get in this pack. You can see here it needs prismarine, which means we need prismarine shards, which the only way to craft it without already having guardians is to use nether quartz and overworldian matter. Overworldian matter actually comes from a simulation chamber, and in that what you need to do is put in some data models, which you get from a blank data model, which you get from this, which we can build. So we can actually start producing that, but we do need to work out how we do a simulation chamber. A simulation chamber, of course, will require ender pearls, which we don't have any on. Now, it's not impossible. We might be able to make some of these ingredients. No, we can't do that because it requires one of these machines already. An unfamiliar item, well, we don't know how to use that. And cryotheum dust and resonant... Oh, yeah, we can't do any of these things. Jeez. So we need ender pearls, and there is another thing we need ender pearls for as well. I am sick of ladders, and in this pack there are things called elevators, but unfortunately the elevators require ender pearls, which is a little bit annoying. So again, we're going to either have to go down the rabbit hole of trying to produce ender pearls from things we just can't obtain. Oh, we can put those things in a bonsai tree. Apple in liquid purple slime gives chorus fruit. We might have another way here, peeps. Endstone. Must be able to craft that with the things that we've got. Glowstone lava gives endstone. We can make ender pearls without having to go to the... Oh man, we've gone on the tangent. We've gone on the tangent. We just happen to be farming glowstone, which is very handy. If we come right down to the end of our little thing here, you'll see we have glowstone in here. We need a little bit of that. Oh, I don't want 2 stacks of it. Just 1 stack, please, mate. So I just need to get lava inside of our smelter. If I put the glowstone there and just pour lava on, that'll work. So how do I get lava inside of here? I can produce lava and get it in buckets pretty easily. That's not a problem. There we go. We now got 3 buckets of lava. And I can put that in the seared tanks. But can I put it directly in there? No, it won't let me do that. Can I put cobblestone in there? What's that going to turn into? Maybe that'll turn into lava. The cobblestone turns into... seared stone. Okay, a little bit of googly says that you can pour lava directly into the drain dock. Oh, there we go. So not on the actual seared stone bit itself, but if we pour lava in there, look, we can actually put buckets of lava directly into this thing. So then we can select lava at the bottom and click on that. Or maybe it needs to be in a casting basin and not on there. Give me, oh, jeez. Put it in there. There we go. We're now powering lava onto that. Jeez, this is exciting. And here we go. We are now producing endstone. Amazing. So we've got endstone. So now all we need is chorus fruit, which is really simple as well. An apple into liquid purple slime, which we've got 1,000,000 slime balls, so we can do that. Oh, jeez. Right. Look in my book. We need slime. Purple slime, 2,000 of them. So I believe I can just chuck those straight in there. I can, and they're just going to melt. Now I need an apple. Let's take 2 of my 4,000 apples. I shall put an apple onto there and go to pour... Oh, let's put the purple slime at the bottom. And pour it onto the apple. No, does it have to go in there again? No. Huh. Oh, it was a cauldron, wasn't it? What am I doing? Pouring it in the Tinker's thing. Oh, now it's stuck. I can't get it out. Oh, jeez. Can we put it in a bucket? Yes. I can get buckets of the slime stuff. This is good news. Put the bucket of slime in the cauldron. Dip the apple in the cauldron. Oh, we can do this. Oh, we can get many of these. We might want a few of these, so let's actually make a few of these. Let's get more apples out. And let's dip our apples in this slimy juice and get lots and lots of chorus fruit. This is amazing. I can't believe it. And there we go. We've got our last bucket of purple slime. This is the last lot. That has given us a full stack of chorus fruit. So we can now go make ourselves a chorus tree. Jeez. So here we are. We are about to plant our first 2 chorus trees inside of our automatic system. We do need all of the plumbing and stuff done downstairs, but hopefully they should start growing. Wow, they're slow growing. They're very slow growing. Well, I've now got pretty much most of the infrastructure for these things in place, but they are the most slow-growing things in the entire world, and this is the second time that they've grown in all that time. Now, I've got myself some green slimy dirt that we made a couple of episodes ago, and I'm wondering whether that would do a better job here. So, come on, when you finish growing, mate. Ah, that one's finished. Let's harvest the sapling. Let's try some green slimy dirt in there. No, it can't. It can only be endstone, I believe. Well, there must be another way of doing that quicker, or maybe we just need to really up our game on that. But yeah, that's going to take a long time coming through. Which means it's very much time to continue with our hard works outside here, building up this new towery thing and making a nice new place to have our obsidian. And now the obsidian building is complete, although it doesn't actually have any obsidian manufacturing stuff in it yet, and this is an unusual one. I haven't actually looked at this from far away yet. I've only looked at it from inside. We've got this big area downstairs to actually put all of our devices to make the obsidian. Got a big nice room, a nice bit upstairs, kind of a little bit like a lighthouse, I guess. And then the whole thing is relatively high up. So let's go and check this out from a distance. It could look like a big horrible mess. A big horrible blob. Whoa, nearly falling off the edge into the void there. It's definitely different. It is probably not going to win any prizes. Now, I've used glowstone around the edges to try and keep it nice and light, but I don't think that glowstone works very well. I think I'm going to end up swapping that out for something else. But getting further away to hope that it improves in looks from a greater distance, I don't think... Oh, jeez. Oh, no, now I'm in a hole. I don't think it's the ugliest build in the world. It's certainly not pretty, is it? It's fine. It'll do the job for now. A couple of things it does need, though, are some little trimmy bits. What we actually want are some stairs coming out the sides of those, just making it look like it's a little bit better held up. And now to rip out... Whoa, my pickaxe. I'll have to try that clip again, mate. Didn't work out ever so well for me. As I was saying, it's now time to get rid of all of this horrible glowstone. I nearly said obsidian then. It's not obsidian, it's glowstone. If only I was on Bedrock Edition, I could reach the top ones, although I cannot. Right, okay, well let's worry about that later. Let's get the obsidian farming stuff in here. However, before we do that, we do need to take a quick break to come into our steel processing plant, because I am a moron. It is confirmed, as usual, yet again I'm a moron. Now, we've got a trash system in here that's getting rid of all of the nasty trash from all of these things, but you might be able to tell all of these cabinets have now filled up with acorns, and as a result, we're no longer producing any resin. So we need some more crates in here. And I guess the crates can just go downstairs, and these are just going to store in all of the excess stuff, and we're going to put void things on them. So we'll put the void things in there, and we need to get our little keys. Where's our key gone? And the other thing we need to do is we need to actually change the pipes or the cables that are underneath these into export pipes so that it sucks the items out and sends them into those. I suppose we could use import cables on those, but then that's going to get a higher priority over these things. Unless we change the priority on those. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's not muck about with what we've already got. Let's do it properly from the start, I guess. So if we remove the interface cables from the back of these and we put these export cables on instead, like that, we can then tell the export cables what we want to go in them. So for instance, this one is going to send acorns in there, and that will automatically start pulling those in from above. And we want to put these on a lower priority than the system upstairs, because we don't want this taken away from our furnace system, or basically our automated system. So with these being on a priority 2, and the machines upstairs, this one in particular here, which takes those things being on a priority 0, the lower priority will go first, which means this will take the items before the ones downstairs. So the ones downstairs will only take the items once this one's full, which it should be doing. So now that we've got the resin in place as well, this system shouldn't become backed up anymore. They've got the void upgrades on those drawers, which means eventually all of these will get sucked out of here, sent into there, and the system should be a happy one. Hooray! So in order to make our obsidian farm, the things that we're going to need are fluid extraction cables, which means we're going to need a whole bunch of hoppers. So let's craft a bunch of those. We're going to need some weighted pressure plates. Did I call that a hopper? I meant a dropper. And we're going to need some gold ingots. And then we can craft one of those. Great. Good job. Now I'm hoping to fit 4 systems into this little space here so that we're creating, well, 4 times as much as one system effectively. So now we need 4 fluid places, which means we need 4 furnaces, 4 buckets, 4 pieces of redstone, and 16 iron ingots. How hard could it be? Now we got 4 of the fluid places, we need 4 block miners, and they're nice and easy as well. We need 4 dispensers, which means we need 4 bows, which means I need to actually use the right me. So now we've got 4 fluid places, we now need 4 block miners, which is another relatively easy one. We need 4 dispensers, which means we need 4 bows. Great, good job system. We need a load of bones, which I don't know actually if I've already got in here. Let's find out. We've got some bones, and we need moss stone. I know I don't have much moss stone, but we can make vines from jungle saplings on drying racks. Our jungle saplings are in here. We'll take a stack of those. We'll go over to our drying racks, and we'll turn these into vines, as you can see I've already been doing down here in preparation for today's video. The other thing we're going to need is some iron pickaxes, which again is going to be really easy because we keep all of those in our system. So we want 4 of those, and a little bit more moss stone would be good. So let's grab a few more of these vines, and now we should be able to make at least 4 of these miners. And there we go, 4 miners. The last thing we need brings us back over to our stone cauldron. We need lava buckets in order to make the lava stone, and the lava stone is relatively simple. Now there's actually a lot of different types of it, and I incorrectly made this type last time, which is just stone around a bucket. It's actually this one we need, Lava Infused Stone, which is hardened stone around a bucket, and the hardened stone is just unhardened stone in a furnace, and unhardened stone is cobblestone, sand, clay, and iron ingots. I think we might already have a bunch of this in our inventory, but we're going to craft a load of that anyway. We're going to go and stick it in our amazing super furnace. And here it is, all nicely made for us. Now we just need 4 buckets of lava, which is just a case of popping cobblestone in there and clicking on it with an empty bucket. And now we should, fingers crossed, be able to create the last 4 things that we need. And there we go, we have 4 lava infused stones. So we've got everything we need there. We're going to need some hoppers and some chests as well to keep this thing in, and we're going to need to tie it all up to our system. But there's no, it needs no electricity or anything, this one. So we've got literally everything we need. We just need to think of a nice way to lay it out so it looks good in here. Oh, and we need some water as well to make infinite water source. Wait a minute. So I want this to look pretty good and neat and industrial. So I'm thinking, can we use a unlimited water source like this? I've got myself a fluid placer just to test this out. I've put some pipes in there. Will it work? No, I don't think that counts as a water source because I think it has to be sideways. Okay, plan B. Well, we can see that's working, although it looks a little bit weird, but that means that the water is now going inside of our pipes, which is good. So we can now have our fluid piping round in these pipes. In fact, well, let's bring that down this side instead, because I think that'll look a little bit nicer. Oh, geez, and now I'm smashing me thing to bits. We're going down another rabbit hole, peeps. We need clay, and we need bricks specifically, and I never have any, and I need it for all of the cabling and the pipe work that we do. So I'm now creating something that really should have its own building, but I'm going to put it in here for now, and this is going to be a little brick farm. And now it needs to be separate from the rest of the machinery. Although we're already generating clay, if I start siphoning that off into a system that's going to start smelting it into bricks, then we're going to have no clay left. So we're going to generate completely separate clay from the rest of the system to generate bricks. And the way we're going to do that is with a trash can. Now, of course, that's just me being silly, but trash is going to be quite important here because we're going to generate a lot of stuff we don't want. Now, what I actually need to do here is find a way of creating an item filter, because if I connect that to these, then all of the items from there are just going to go straight in the bin, which is what we don't want. We need to really be able to put a filter on here, but I don't think there is one as part of the cyclic mod, so we maybe need a different type of trash can. Or not, maybe we could just ignore the trash can altogether and just use void drawers. So the advantage of these purple pipes is they automatically move stuff around, and they're really, really quick. So you can see here that we can pretty much get all of the items from our bonsai trees into there. Now we need this one to select acorns, or we need one for acorns ideally. There we go, we've got one with acorns in. So now we can lock all of those. And that's getting all of the items now out of those bonsai trees without needing any computer system, which is quite handy. So then what we can do, fingers crossed, is add a formulaic assembler. And if we put the input to the bottom, we're going to put the energy to the back and the output to the left-hand side. And then we need some energy pipe to connect this all together. It's cable, not pipe. Yeah, same difference. Put that up there like that, and now we can put a crafting recipe inside of here. We put in the formula, click that, click stop control on and turn it on to auto, and now with stop control on, it shouldn't actually get anything else in there other than the things it needs. So we don't need any clever pipe work to make this work. Now we're actually making clay amber, which is not what we wanted. We want to make clay, which means I've done my my thingy the one way around. It's resin in the corners, acorns in the middle. So let's turn that off. Well, I'm having a little bit of a problem with this system, so I've got a hacky way to do it instead. And this is good. Yeah, this is very, very not the best way to do it at all, but I think this will work. If we just put boxes straight underneath those, right? No cables at all. And we just tell it what we want in there. So let's get rid of the sticks until we got acorns going in there. We tell it we want acorns in there and we lock it. We do the same thing on this one here. Tell it we want acorns and we lock it. And we'll do these ones both resin. So we'll lock that because it's already got resin in, and we'll take the resin out of there, we'll put it in there as well. And now they will only be able to take in the items that they've got, and they should work absolutely fine. This one's got 9 acorns in it. When this tree fully grows, we should hopefully see it will end up with more acorns in there. There we go, we've got 12. So this system is now taking those items out of there, and we don't need to worry about voiding off all of the other rubbish because we're just not collecting it. That's going to stay inside the little pots, and then it's just going to disappear when the trees next regrow. So now we should be able to connect these things together. If we put the... Oh, I need to use our wrench. I can't reach it, mate. If we put the item extractors directly into the bottom of these now, we should, there we go, see all of those empty out, and they're now going inside there. Hopefully we will see more items come into here as well as the trees grow. Please work, system. And there we go, more resin went in. So this system is now working. We're now producing the clay, which is now getting smelted, which is now going into there. That's better. This system now works. It's a little bit janky, and we have access to that clay now as well, which is great. So that means we can now go back to what we were doing. Well, it doesn't actually. It means we now need to craft a load of bricks in order to make some more pipe to be able to go back to what we were doing. Oh, jeez. The system is now 100% complete. You can see here that we have our 4 separate obsidian generators. We've got the miners, we've got the fluid placers, we've got the lava stones above, and underneath that piece of obsidian, you might just be able to see it as the next one breaks, is a hopper, forcing that obsidian down inside the hopper, which then goes down here into the storage drawers, and then that gets sucked out by this pipe. And this pipe then carries it all the way around here. It links up with this pipe here, and it should send it through this black pipe all the way into this drawer here. But you can see there's only 23 pieces, and this has been running a long time. So our obsidian is not going where it's supposed to be going. It is going somewhere else, and I'm not sure where that is. For reference, the purple cable is item cable, and the black cable is bundle cable, which means it can take fluid, energy, and items as well. So that should transfer into there absolutely fine, bringing it up into this network. Now the red is energy cable only, so there's no way that our items can be getting stuck inside the red cable, so they can only be going this way up to this point here. Oh, and I see what I've done. It's not actually joined into the system at all, is it? So what I need to do is take that. Oh, jeez. Oh, we need to do a little bit of jiggery pokery here. We need to get rid of that. We then need to break that exporter, and we need to put that there. And now, yeah, there you go. It's just shot up by 3 stacks worth. Wow, loads of obsidian is now going in there. Bear in mind, while we've been doing all that, the original obsidian generator has been very, very busy generating obsidian. We can get rid of this thing now, but if we check the chest, look at that. We've got absolutely loads in there as well. So I'm going to dismantle this system. We no longer need it, and that means obviously turning it off and collecting all of the items that we'll be able to use later on for other things. So now I can dump all of this obsidian inside our system like that, and that's going to auto-magically find its way through into our obsidian box here. We've got loads of obsidian now. This is great news, which means we can finally make all of those void upgrades. So void upgrades consist of gold, mainly the nuggets, which is absolutely fine because we've got over 1,000 gold. So let's make an absolute ton of nuggets for those, which we've got more than we can shake a stick at. Now, do you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to put some of these gold ingots into one of these boxes here. These boxes just represent items that we generally use regularly in crafting but don't really have a home. So if I lock that there so nothing else can go in, and I grab myself a little bit of export cable and a little bit of the storage link cable, we can now link that up to the system, which means we can access it, and we can also make sure that all of the gold ingots from the system end up inside there. So now when we go to do our crafting, it's automatically going to pull it out from the system so we can make lots of them all at once. So there's 64 of those, there's another 54, and we've now run out of gold ingots. As you can see there, we only have one gold ingot left. So now we should probably start storing these as well. So we'll pop those in there. We'll do exactly the same thing with the item cables, and we will make sure that there's a filter going in there. So any of those in the system now will now end up in there as well, which means we can go back to our controller and we can click on void upgrade, and hopefully we'll be able to make an absolute load of these. 10. 10? Is that why only 10? We've literally got millions of the things here, mate. Why? It won't put them in there for some reason, but I can see them in the system. Don't tell me I made the wrong thing. That's fancy item frame. And for some reason this is listed as golden item frame, even though it's the same thing. Oh jeez, oh what a waste. Oh, we need to make more nuggets then. Jeez. Many nuggets, put them in the system. Oh jeez, I can't believe it. Many item frames. And we need to take those out of there now and put these in there instead. Jeez, what a, oh jeez. Let's try again, come on, this time, there we go, 26, is that all we can make? What are we missing? Chests, we need more chests. More void upgrades, there we go, we've got a whole stack of them there, another nearly stack of them there. We should be able to go around, hopefully now, putting void upgrades on absolutely everything, which is going to make our system so much better. And with this one, everything in our system now has a void upgrade, and what we hadn't checked is our slowest growing trees in the world. We have now managed to collect 2 ender pearls, well 4 ender pearls, that is it. That's the whole sum of what we've been doing here, which means we can, ow jeez, fall down that hole. Wow, didn't mean to fall down that hole. Which means we can finally update our item filters, is what I was going to say, and get ourselves online with that. However, that does mean we are at the end of today's video. We're not going to be messing about that anymore. We've achieved an awful lot. We've made a ridiculous looking building. We've made cobblestone, no, obsidian generators. We've farmed ender pearls. We have done many, many things. But unfortunately, it is time to end the video there. So, as usual, I would like to say no. There we go. As usual, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!